Ahead of Survivor 50 next year, I am rewatching the entire series from the beginning, trying to do a season per week. So last week I finished Season 3 Survivor Africa, and it's sort of nuts to watch 24 years later. In comparison to New Era Survivor, the conditions of Survivor Africa were very disturbing to watch. The fact that production wasn't giving them any clean water to drink is sort of fun at first, but slowly becomes a little disturbing and hard to watch. At one point, maybe like 2 days in, contestants start to have blistered and chapped lips, and it looks like they're dying. Then when they finally have their regular source of drinking water, way later in the season, it turns out elephants are pooping in their spring. On top of the water issues, there's lions and tigers circling their camp 24/7. It's especially fascinating to look back at the rules 45 seasons later. There's no advantages, there's no idols, there's no journeys. It's just all about the votes and social strategy. And I'm very happy they eventually figured out how they could make tiebreakers work. Not only in Season 3, but in Season 2 Australian Outback, players would just deliberately tie the votes and be stuck in a deadlock because they know the player with the most accumulated votes over the entire game would go home. Whereas nowadays, they eventually go to rocks. I think going to rocks eventually was a major improvement for the tiebreaker, because with the accumulated votes, nobody feels pressure to flip on their own alliance or change their mind with their vote. It felt too restrictive, so rocks was definitely one of the best improvements they made later in the seasons. Obviously, 24 years later, the craziest part of watching these old seasons is the political correctness, I guess you could say. If you made a drinking game based on microaggression or maybe inappropriate comments, you'd be hammered halfway through the first episode. This season is sort of famous for bringing politically distant people together at certain points. Most people infamously know Brandon and Frank going on their movie night. Brandon, a very out and proud gay man, wins a reward with Frank, a pro-gun Republican veteran who is very open with his homophobia. And yet, for one night, they kind of put their lives and their differences aside, and just enjoyed some snacks and a movie together. It's sort of magical to watch. Although I don't think Ethan is the most entertaining winner we've ever had, Season 3 is not only entertaining, but I think it lays the foundations for how a lot of future seasons would go. Players were more strategic from day one, alliances were formed faster. From a format perspective, Survivor Season 3 Africa was where the show really found its footing.